Hi folks, Joseph Kursky here with you to dig into collecting field data and then mapping and analyzing it. We're going to use a tool called Survey123. Now, gathering and analyzing and mapping field data touches on so many things. First of all, disciplines, geography, technology, math, history, field methods, etc. But also in terms of tools, you're going to be looking at spatial thinking. You're going to be dealing with data. You're going to be out in the field connecting with your community and your campus. So lots of good elements in here. Let's build a field survey for the identification of litter on your campus and in the surrounding neighborhood, with an aim to build community awareness and reevaluate the location of existing recycling and rubbish bins. While we do that, like other components in this module, I want you to think about other things that you could actually do with this using the same techniques. Maybe your campus and maybe your community has no litter, and maybe litter is not what you're interested in. That's okay. What if it's tree species? What if it's macroinvertebrates? What if it's condition of sidewalks? What if it's pedestrian or vehicle counts? What if it's broken sidewalks? What if it's light poles? Whatever it is, whether you can use the same techniques, okay? But we're going to concentrate on litter for this exercise. And we're going to use the tool, as I mentioned, Survey123. As the name implies, this tool allows you to perform 3 steps. Ask questions, get the answers, and make better decisions. Ooh, let's do that. Let's go ahead and open a web page and access Survey123. Survey123.arcgis.com. This tool is based, as you probably guessed, on ArcGIS Online. And so in the upper right, sign in to your ArcGIS Online organizational account. Click Create a New Survey. Now, earlier in this module, I actually had you fill out a survey that I created, okay? And now you're going to build one of your own. So hopefully it's a nice progression that you're saying, hey, I can fill out something that someone else created, but more importantly, I can actually build my own, and my students can build their own, or they could fill out what I've created. Lots of different combinations possible. Surveys can be built using a designer on the web or with Excel. There's 2 different ways to do it, on the web or with Excel. The easiest way to get started is select using the web designer. So it's actually very similar to what you may have used with Google Forms or SurveyMonkey, where you're dragging and dropping items, multiple choice, true, false, etc., onto a form. Go ahead and get started using the web designer. Fill out the Create a New Survey metadata form with the following information. If you have or would like to obtain a royalty-free image of rubbish to use as your thumbnail image, feel free. Take one of your own. When done with this form, go ahead and say Create. Like any endeavor in education, creating a good field survey requires attention to your instructional goals and possibilities for misinterpretation by your field staff, in this case, your students. Let's say that you would like to collect the name of a person collecting the information, but being sensitive to sharing student names, keep it to their initials or some other code. The date of the collection, the type of litter or rubbish, and the number of littered objects, and finally, where the litter is located. The right panel presents a list of question types. You will drag the question types onto the left panel, onto the web designer, and customize them with your own information. Question number 1, click single line text, drag to the left. For the label, enter what are your initials. For the hint, enter do not use your full name. Then save. Question 2, click add from the top right panel. Date, drag date to the left side of the window. For the label, enter what is the date. For the default value, check submitting date. Scroll down, check this is a required question. Then go ahead and save. Question 3, click Add. Click Single Choice. For label, enter is the litter organic or inorganic? For choice 1, organic. Choice 2, inorganic. Delete choice 3. Choose the vertical layout and click This is a required question, and then save. Question 4, click Add Number. For label, how many pieces of litter are in this location? For hint, say how many pieces of litter are at your feet in this location within a few square meters. Set the default value to 1. Make this a required question and set the minimum value to 1 and the maximum value to 100. Click Must be an integer. Question 5. Click Add GeoPoint to designate a location for your data. Type the question, where is the litter located? Change the default map to imagery and zoom to the location of your school. Click This is a required question and save. Question 6. Add image, label, photograph, hint. Submit a photograph here. Save. All right, you're ready to finalize your new survey. Click Preview to preview your survey. For the question, where is the litter located, click Set Location and verify that the map is centered on your school with the desired scale you wish. Close the preview with the X in the upper right to return to the Survey Designer. Now folks, integrity of data is one of the chief concerns when collecting data in the field. Integrity and efficiency are maintained if the data collector is presented with specific choices. Survey123 allows drop-down menus to appear, minimizing the amount of free text that the field workers have to enter and thus maximizing consistency and making field data collection efficient in terms of time required. Another thing to aid data integrity and efficiency is to create a rule. For example, you could set a rule here so that if the student selects organic, they will receive a list of choices such as food or dog waste, and if they select inorganic, they will receive a list of other choices such as paper, glass, or plastic. We're going to keep things simple though, but realize that you can do that. Next, select Appearance and select an appearance for your survey as you wish. Next, select Settings and customize the text that will appear when the survey is completed, if you wish. Here you can also select your own photograph that will appear. The photo must be online if you do that. Next, select Publish. You will be prompted, are you sure? Publishing will send the survey into the ArcGIS Online cloud where it can be accessed collaboratively, in this case your students. Let's chat about ways to share your survey. A final but important task. You'll need to decide how the survey will be shared. Click on Collaborate and you will see a screen that will look similar to this. Selecting everyone means that your students in the field do not need to belong to your ArcGIS Online organization, nor do they have to log into the Survey123 mobile app on their phone to collect the data into your survey. This is the most versatile choice and we will use it here. Don't get nervous about selecting everyone. Unless you blog, tweet, or some other way publicize a specific URL for your survey, it won't appear in any search engines and nobody will be able to find it. And you can always unshare it later. You can also select members of my organization, which in your case will likely be your school. Or you can share your survey with specific groups. For example, your science class, your geography classrooms who are involved in a specific project, or even individual faculty or students who you want to invite to a specific group. Groups have to be set up ahead of time in ArcGIS Online so they will appear in the list of groups. Go ahead and click on Everyone. Then take special note of the two items at the bottom of the page. The first is a link to your survey that you can send to your students. Copy this URL and paste it somewhere where you can find it later, such as in a text file or an email. The second asks how you want to open the survey when in the field. Select Open the survey in browser directly for the easiest and most straightforward option. The survey does look a little bit better in the Survey123 Field app by Esri, installed on their smartphones, but if you want to use this in the future, just be aware that the students will need to have the free app on their smartphones to be able to use it. All right, folks. Go ahead and save your survey, and congratulations. Now the fun part. Test it. You can test in the field with the URL that you copied, or in a web browser on your computer, or both. Let's start by testing in a web browser. Paste the URL for your survey in a separate tab in your browser or a new web browser window. Enter some data. If it's fictitious, you can always delete it later. Once you've got some data there entered in your survey, use the Analyze and Data tools in the green bar in the Survey tool. Note that the link symbol on the right allows you to copy the survey URL if you did not do so earlier. Let's analyze your survey results. You could look at, in this case, where the litter has been found, what types of litter have been found, how many pieces, and when the data was collected. You can explore a variety of charts and graphs and look at a map showing the distribution of the litter. Your survey and survey data are now stored as a form and a map layer, respectively, in ArcGIS Online as your own content, in the same way that many of the other maps and layers that you've built and saved in this module have. At this point, you could create a multimedia map presentation, such as a story map, which we will explore next. From this data, and with your students, brainstorm solutions to address any litter problems that you may have noticed. If time permits, go into the field with your students, populate your survey, examine the results, and take action. If you would like to enter data in an existing survey on the same theme of litter using the same data as you created above, here's a survey that I created where you could do that. If you would like to examine a sample map based on the same type of litter survey, see this map right here. The label tool is something I used on this map to label the points with the number of litter items at each point. So the label tool can be your friend here. Thanks. Go out there and collect data, analyze it, map it, take action using Survey 123. Thanks.